Hey everybody, I'm Carla the Alberta Girl. Welcome to the channel. This morning I'm going to show you how to use your pressure canner to dry can carrots. So let's get started. So I've gone ahead, and these are fresh from the garden carrots. These are fresh out of the garden. And what I've done, just washed them up and chopped them up. Now they're a little dry looking, if you'll notice, with a little bit of moisture on the bottom. That's because let's see right there, a little bit of moisture. No big deal. No big deal at all. I unfortunately did this the other day, and I haven't had an opportunity. These 15 pints took me about 3.5 hours to scrub, to chop, to sort through, and then to jar. And I didn't record that because, well, I mean, you know how to wash a carrot. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a half a teaspoon to each pint of just plain regular canning salt. And I like salty, so I'm going to add, like I said, a half a teaspoon. This is just for my preference. This is absolutely not required for the preservation. I just happen to like salt, and yeah. So use what you like. If you don't want to add salt, by no means are you required. This is just for flavor, for my liking. Now you can adjust it as well if you are maybe someone who doesn't like as much salt. Use a 1/4 teaspoon or 1/8 of a teaspoon, whatever your preference is. But I like to use a half a teaspoon. Okay, so we've got all of the jars salted. Now we're just waiting for our lids to finish boiling. They'll be done in about 10 minutes, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we've got our lids. They are all sanitized and boiled and ready to go. So we've got, 17 in here, I think? I don't even remember how many. 15? Whatever. Wait a minute. 6, 12... 14, 15. We've got 15 lids in here, so we're good to go. Now, again, we're dry canning, so we're not adding any liquid to the carrots. All right, nothing at all, but we still need to wipe our rims down. So we're just going to set my camera down, and you can watch me wipe the rims. And as I wipe them, as I wipe my lids, I'm going to add a lid to them just to clear off some space. And it's just going straight into the canner. Now again, you want to work as quickly as you humanly can, but I get it. Sometimes you're just not going to be able to. That's okay. Today happens to be one of those days for me. Alrighty. So I've got the first layer into the canner, just like so. So I'm going to put my next layer lid on, which is right here. And we're just going to lie it on top, like so. And then I'm going to get the rest of these into the canner. So I will see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. I've got round 2 into the canner. So there were 8 on the bottom, there's 7 on the top, obviously. So now we're just going to add, we're going to add our lid. It's a lot harder to do with one hand than you would think. So then we're locking it in place. Oh, I may need to put the camera down. Nope, there we go. Okay, and then turn it on to high. and you're just gonna leave it. We're gonna vent it for 10 minutes and I'll bring you back at that point. Okay, we got a nice good stream of steam happening, and it's been vented for 10 minutes. So we're gonna put the weight on and bring it up to pressure. Didn't take long to come up to pressure, so now we're going to turn the heat right down so that it's at a nice slow jiggle. Now that we're at pressure as well, we're going to bring it to 25 minutes of processing time. So we'll see you in a half hour. Okay, and we're back, and we've got our 25 minutes. I had a phone call and I couldn't jump off, so we're going to turn the burner off first of all, and then we're just going to move the canner over onto this. This is just an old towel of mine. And that's just to get it off of the heat source. That's just to get it off of the heat source because with the glass top range, it's just going to retain that heat so much longer. Now, some people say this is, you're depressurizing too fast and all of that, but really you're not. It's coming down just as normal can be. So, still jiggling, and it's going to be at least a half an hour. So we're just going to set the timer again for 30 minutes. Timer for 30 minutes, and then we're just going to let it sit and cool for the next half an hour. See you in a bit. Okay, so we've got them all out of the canner, and they are all cooling now on the secondary cooling rack. What we've gone and done is tightened them, and then I've rechecked them as I moved them onto here, cranked a few of them down a little tighter, and that's a really good sign that they've sealed really well, because as the vacuum is created, it draws down the rubber gasket and the lid, but of course the ring doesn't move, so we need to tighten that up. But so we're gonna leave these for the rest of the day, and we'll check these probably, I don't know, maybe around supper time to get them just to see where we're at with the sealing and how they've cooled down. They have cooled quite a bit because it is kind of chilly in my house, but we'll see where we're at in a little bit. So we'll see you later.